Hi, everybody. This is Jason Camus, Executive Director for Sertoma International, here with another candidate today. Today, I'm with Jim Sharrick, who is the candidate for Regional Director in the Great Plains. How are you doing today, Jim?
Doing pretty well. Thanks.
Good. It's good to have you on here. As I share in all the videos, the purpose of these interviews, just an opportunity for Sertomans across the country to get a chance to meet who their potential board of directors might be. This year, we're lucky we have contested races and all of our races in Mountain West, Great Plains, and for vice president, which unfortunately means we'll have losers, but we also have a winner. And I'm happy to say that I don't have a dog in the fight. I work with whoever wins and whoever loses. And my hope is if candidates don't make it, they will continue on serving Sertoma the way they always have. And for the candidates who will, I'll work a little more hand in hand with them. So, Jim, we're glad to have you. And why don't you just start by going ahead and introducing yourself and tell us a little bit about you?
Well, I've been a member since 1990 and attended a boatload of conventions, both regional and national. Have pretty extensive experience, been club president a million times, governor 5 years, FDR, whichever version of it that it's ever been, foundation district rep, fundraising district rep, a bunch of years, and mission specialist, and then the last couple of years, the lead mission specialist. I did a term on the Hearing Charities of America and was past board president. And on top of that, I'm hearing impaired myself. So I've got several dogs in this fight.
Excellent. So tell me, tell everybody, why are you running for regional director now? And, why did you decide to throw your hat in the ring?
Well, because I know what I want accomplished through Sertoma at this point. When I first joined, people would try to explain to me what Sertoma did, and it was speech and hearing. And then you dig a little deeper for details, and no one could describe what speech and hearing meant. And the most obvious thing that can be done for hearing loss is for people to wear hearing aids. And it took forever until we finally developed the Hearing Aid Project. And at this point, now we have the means to address the hearing loss problem.
Excellent. Well, that's great. So you mentioned you've been a Sertoman for a long time, since 1990, and have served in a bunch of different roles. Maybe talk a little bit more about either some of those roles, but also like your club and what your club activities are and how you're involved in that. I think people would like to get to know, Jim Sharrick, the Sertoman.
Oh, okay. Our club is very involved in the hearing health mission. We have an audiologist that's been in our club for forever, Gary Wayno. And for the longest time, we could assist with hearing aids locally. I'm also in our club, also our major fundraisers, and 8-man football all-star game. And that's a once-a-year event. And we do some smaller things. We assist with the bridge. We give gifts those are women that are recovering from various addictions, and they have children. So come Christmas time, we chip in on whatever it is they need. We do Christmas time as well. We do what's called the Good Fellows. That's a local organization that gets Christmas meals and Christmas gifts together, and we build the boxes for them to ship all this out. And then, not so much the club, but in the state, we have our own hearing aid bank, and I've been on that board for a while. So for me, it's about people realizing, that they may need hearing aids, and next, that they solve it, they get hearing aids. It's a very gradual process, and because it's so gradual, people don't realize they have an issue. And part of what we need to do is educate people and let them know what's going on.
Excellent. So what do you love about Sertoma?
I like folks that are dedicated to what we're doing. Some of them are just fun on their own without any dedication, so I do like that. um, I like the fact that nationally we do try to keep on track with the hearing health mission. It's not only is it important to me personally, but because I do know that it can be solved. Things don't have to get worse for individuals. Um, and yeah, I just get to meet a lot of folks at the conventions. There's a reason I like to go, and yeah, a lot of it's social. So it's just fun.
Excellent. So if you're elected, is there anything you'd like to see improved or changed off the top of your head?
Well, I know, again, I'll go back to the hearing aid project. I think that needs to be central nationally to what we're trying to accomplish. When I bring speakers in and programs in, inevitably they ask me, what does Sertoma do? Not just the local club, but they have no clue nationally what it is we're trying to accomplish. With the hearing aid project, that needs to come up. That's our answer to that. Everyone knows what Lions does. Everyone knows what the Shrine does. People know what the American Red Cross does. So we need to have to quit explaining what Sertoma does. Now, if you need to explain what your local club does, that's legit, and we all have to do that. But the national program, that should be front and center, and not necessary to let people know what it is. They need to know that front.
Excellent. Well, I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that, as we've started undertaking a new strategic planning process this past month or past couple months, and we've surveyed clubs. One of the things that has been front and center is the hearing aid project. So I do think for all of our members, they will see in due time here the magnitude of how big that is and what we're able to accomplish and what we're currently accomplishing. So I'm assuming you do some stuff in your community outside of Sertoma, or you have in the past, or maybe in your own career. You want to share anything about any leadership roles or anything you've had elsewhere that you bring into Sertoma in a potential role as a regional director?
Pretty much any other volunteering I do is just grunt work. I mean, if somebody needs some help and they can't find anybody to do it, I'm happy to chip in and not do my own thinking on that. They just tell me what they want done and I do it. Beyond the Nebraska Sertoma Hearing Aid Bank, no, I'm not involved with any other programs beyond Sertoma.
All right. Well, we'll all remember that we can call on Jim next time we need some leaves bagged in our backyard. That's what I would call grunt work.
Well, and that's what electric mowers are all about.
That's right. That's right. So is there anything we missed today that you want to share with potential voters and Sertomans?
Well, I think we need to revamp the Safe Ears program. There are a lot of details that it really has been no change to it. There are a lot of details that are missed. People don't realize how gradual hearing loss, how prevalent it is, and what you're supposed to do about it. As an example, I know of 3 international presidents that had hearing loss. Only Debbie Larson did something about it. It was a surgery, and she's as good as new once she did that. The other 2, the one said, well, I'm going on a cruise. Really? Okay. That was your priority? And to my knowledge, neither one of them did anything about it. So these are guys that are very successful. I mean, it was back when our campaigns were more contested. They did very well in business in their regular lives. So they're very smart. They knew what the Sertoma mission was, and yet I couldn't drive that through their heads that they needed to get hearing aids.
Gotcha. Well, hopefully that can change. And, what I will say is if you're elected, I mean, that's something that we can definitely talk about. And frankly, we can talk about even if you're not. And like I said at the very beginning, my hope is that all the candidates continue to be engaged and continue to be involved, regardless of the outcome of the election. I have to work with everybody. So I have no dog in the fight and no vote. And it works out well that way. For everybody else, you'll see the little banner down there. Online voting will begin May 2nd. Ballots have gone out to clubs. Ballots will eventually make their way to individuals as well. And at the very end of May, first week of June is when we'll be announcing the winners of this year's election. So, Jim, you have anything else you want to finish with?
No, no. I'm not one to really talk publicly.
I understand.
That was
Well,
pure baloney, but sorry.
Yeah. Well, thank you to everybody for tuning in and watching. And Jim, best of luck in the election, and we will see you soon.
And I appreciate everybody that watched. Thanks.